Hi friends, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Navya Malhotra. I'm 13 years old and I study in grade 8. I stay in Gurgaon, Haryana. Reading is my love and my obsession. And it's been like that always since I was 3 years old. That was the time when my mom taught me to read. And by the age of 4.5, I could read fluently by myself. And I started with small chapter books. Then I came to novellas, and I stuck with novellas for a long time. And only a year or so back, I introduced a few novels into my reading. So why I have brought this book to all of you is that because I wanted to share this great information with all of you and not just keep it to myself. So many of us don't want to buy the book, and just by seeing such a big book, many people just get scared and they don't want to read such a giant book. So I'm here to tell you about it because sometimes it's easier when you listen it from someone else's mouth. So I want that we all embark on this journey together, and I guide you through this with videos. Like regularly I'll post videos on my channel and you can check them out, and in each video I'll probably discuss like one habit, because there are 7 habits in this book and each habit has got a chapter of its own. So I'll read one chapter and then I'll discuss about it, and you can post your comments in the comment section. If you're facing any problems, we can discuss and I'll try to reply to some of the comments. So please subscribe to my channel and share this video so that others can also join us in this great journey. And for those who'll be watching these videos like after I've made all of them, for those I'd like to say that you can watch the first 2 or 3 videos, which are like kind of warm up and introduction together. You can watch them in a day or maybe in 2 or 3 days. But the rest of the videos where I start discussing about the habits, you should watch them, I'd say, like once in a week maybe, because you need time to practice the baby steps that I'll be telling you after each habit so that you can bring it into your life. So I'd say that first you take one habit, you practice it, and then you go to the other habit. And please watch the videos in order, like habit 1, then 2, then 3, because the habits build upon one another. Like habit 2 builds upon 1, then 3 builds upon 2, that way. So I chose this book today, and it's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. And I just chose this book by accident because a year or so back, I read this book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Richards Covey. I didn't actually want to read that book, but it's an international bestseller, so my dad encouraged me to read it. And I read it, and it was okay, it was interesting, it was packed with stories, but then it was written for adults, so it wasn't that interesting at places. And I didn't like it that much, so I just gave up on it because I can't read a book which I don't find interesting. Then, just a few days back, I was reading an article about like 7 amazing books that you should start reading in 2020. And in that, the first book on the list was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. So I searched on the internet about that book a bit and found out that Sean was the son of Stephen Richards. So I was like, I'll never read that book because like father, like son, so he'll write the same way. But then it somehow stuck in my mind, and I asked my dad to buy that book, buy an ebook of it. And the first like 10 to 15 pages of the book are filled with testimonials. And they're all of great people from all over the world. Like one testimonial is from John Gray, who is the author of Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. He says that Sean Covey speaks to teenagers in a way that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. Another testimonial is from Frances Hesselbein, who's the president and CEO of the Drucker Foundation and the former president of the Girl Scouts of America. In her testimonial, she says that Sean Covey has written in an imaginative way as he shares his own teen experiences in the book, lessons which are learned from his own experiences to make this a unique guidebook for the younger generation. Like before learning algebra, you have to learn arithmetic, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And before that, you have to learn numbers. So first a few videos, like the next video and maybe even the next one, will be warm-up videos where I'll be telling you what we'll be discussing in this book. And I'll be preparing you for embarking on this great journey together. And then I'll start with the habits. So I understand all the problems that teens are facing these days because I myself am 13 years old, and I guess I'm riding an emotional roller coaster the whole time. Sometimes my ideas conflict with my parents, and I don't think that our mindsets are in alignment with each other. So how to tackle these problems? And as far as I've read about this book, this is a great book, and it'll teach us to have a bright vision of the future and a willing spirit and the determination to contribute to our families, schools, and the society. So, and become better citizens in the future, better people in the future. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you again in my next video.